I'm Annie and today I'm going to be sharing with you two recipes, sweet and sour chicken and chicken curry. Done them all on the same day in the same canner. Very simple, quick and easy with similar ingredients. I've got most of it pre-prepared to save time on the video, but I'll just go through what I did with one jar. I do the same ingredients for the curry and the sweet and sour because I really don't want faff, if I'm honest. So started off with the chicken. I pre-portioned the chicken into all of the jars. Some chopped carrots, some chopped peppers, some pineapple chunks, and I've got some parsnip because I wanted to use it up. In the sweet and sour jars, I've put the onion in already, but in the curry, I'm going to be sweating that off as I make the sauce. So that's all the jars ready to go. So I'm going to start with the sweet and sour sauce. I've got 1 cup of white vinegar. I've got the juice from the pineapple tin. I've got 1 cup of sugar. 1 tin of chopped tomatoes. Good squirt of tomato sauce, probably about two tablespoons, and then 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. You can use the light stuff if you want. We're just going to heat that up until all the sugar dissolves. Once the sugar's dissolved, I'm going to taste it to see if it's sweet enough. If not, I can add more sugar. I am going to add 1 more cup of sugar. It does say up to 2.5 cups. The chicken that I used was some boneless chicken drumsticks that were on special offer in Aldi 2 or 3 weeks ago. I bought 3 packs of 600 grams and put it in the freezer. It was such a bargain at the time. I think it was like something like £2.99 a pack. I like the flavour of brown meat, especially in curries and stuff. Oh yeah, that is nice. Just going to scoop some of the tomatoes off the top for a minute so I get an even amount through them all, and then I can just put the liquid in a minute. The main aim of debubbling is to push the liquid into any air pockets, because then you can top up afterwards. While I've got these jars out, I'm going to clean them with the white vinegar and put the lids on so that they're done and finished. That's the sweet and sour done. I've got a little bit of sauce left, but not much. So moving on to the curry now. A little bit of oil in the pan. I'm going to saute off the onions because they're just better in curry, and also I wanted to make the curry mix up so it gives me something to work with. So the only difference that I do between the curry and the sweet and sour is I add mushrooms to the curry. You don't have to, it's optional, and I always cut them down because they take up so much room otherwise. Once they cook down a bit, they're a lot smaller. They really are very simple recipes. I've got a medium curry powder, it's already mixed in, saves me messing around with lots of different spices. And I'm just going to put in 2 heaped teaspoons. I've got a lemon that I need to use up, so I'm just going to squirt that in, or you could just use normal lemon juice. The lemon just brings, I've just got a couple of pips I'm going to pick out. The lemon juice brings out the flavour of the curry. I've got some chicken stock already made up, so I'm just going to put a little bit in, stop the curry from burning. And I'm just going to turn that down while I go and get some tomato puree, which I've forgotten to pick up. So a nice big squirt of tomato puree. Just turn that up a minute. Just gives it a nice extra little flavour and a nice rich looking sauce. I've got a tablespoon of sugar. Just add in some chicken stock to the mix. Doesn't need to be really hot, just needs to be mixed in. And turn that off. Just going to give it a little taste before it goes in. Yeah, that's quite mild, just with a little kick. My husband doesn't like really spicy stuff, and as this is for both of us, that will be fine. So I'm going to put this in the top of the jars, and then when I need to add some liquid, I'll just pour the chicken stock on top. Just going to divide up the onions and the mushrooms first, like I did previously with the other dish. Just going to top up with a bit of chicken stock. So most of these are single serve. I've done a couple of bigger jars which I'm going to pressure can separately because they'll go on for 90 minutes and the smaller jars will be 75 minutes. but also I didn't have enough room, but I had a lot of ingredients, so I'm just going to top it up. I'm going to clean up these jars the same. I've mentioned on quite a few of the videos that I just use recycled lids. They seem to work really well. You can buy new ones, these are new ones. Just measure your jar and order the right ones. So I've got my canner with the trivet in the bottom. I'm going to put all the smaller jars in here. You need to check your altitude. My altitude is 10 weight of pressure. Going to fill my pressure canner up with water to its recommended guidance. You would have to check yours. Pop the lid on. Turn that round. So I'm going to bring that up to steam and then let it vent for 10 minutes before I put the weight on it and bring it up to pressure. I'll do the same with this one. Both canners have been venting for 10 minutes. I've put the weights on. One's a jiggle and one's a weight. I shall wait for that to come up to pressure, then turn it down and set a timer for 75 minutes for the small jars and 90 minutes for the big jars. So the timer's just gone off. I'm just going to just turn it off and let it come down to natural pressure on its own. When the other timer goes off for the small pressure cooker, I should do exactly the same for that. They've come down to natural pressure. I've taken the lids off. I'm going to very gently lift them out. Still very hot. So I'm going to let those cool and get back to you in a bit. There we have it, 6 jars of curry and 6 jars of sweet and sour. So I'm going to open one of the sweet and sours. Already got my rice cooking because I have them on for tea. I've got some corn flour just mixed up with a little bit of water. I'm going to let that heat up. It's just coming up to a simmer. Just going to add a little bit at a time. When you first add the corn flour, it always looks a little bit cloudy, but as it thickens, it goes clear. And that will be plenty. Just going to wait for the rice. The sweet and sour isn't one I've made for a while, so it's nice to have it back on the shelf again. There we have it, sweet and sour chicken, just thickened up with a little bit of corn flour, and it's good to go. I wanted to thank everybody who's continued to watch my videos. Thank you very much. Really enjoy making the videos. If you do enjoy them, please give it the old thumbs up and maybe even a subscribe. Thank you, bye.